Listen, the thing about where the polls are going to go on Sunday, and remember, polls suggest, polls don't say what is going to happen. So at the moment, the gap between the two candidates, between Macron and Le Pen, Macron leading by 10 percentage points. But as we've seen in the past, polls can get it wrong. And the key vote on Sunday will be where the people who voted for the third place candidate in the first round, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, where those votes go. So he polled 22% of the vote. Le Pen got 23% and Macron 28%. And just have a look at the front page of this morning's. This is a left-wing newspaper in France, L'Humanité, and it says "Contre Le Pen, courage, votons," which means basically have the courage to vote against Le Pen. Notice it doesn't mention anything about Macron, and that is what Jean-Luc Mélenchon did in the first round. When he held his rally after the results were announced, he said, do not vote for Le Pen, vote against Le Pen. But he didn't say necessarily go out and vote for Macron. So where that 22% of the electorate, where they place their vote on Sunday, is going to be key. They could abstain, they could spoil their ballot, or they can come out and vote reluctantly for Macron. And I say reluctantly for Macron because a lot of Macron's programme over the past 5 years has been fiscally, anyway, in terms of economic policy, very pro-business, very right-wing. He wants to raise the pension age from 62 to 65, and that is very unpopular here in France. So on the social issues, he's on the left. On fiscal issues, on the economy, he's on the right. And so where those people vote, where the Mélenchon voters go on Sunday, will be key.
Yeah, so what traditionally do the contenders do the day before the polls open? Where will they go? What will they be doing?
They won't be doing anything the day before the polls. They'll be keeping quiet because this is the last day of polling. The last day of campaigning, I should say, here in France today, and then the polls open on Sunday. So unlike in Britain, where you can campaign right up until the day before, there is a kind of media blackout, really. You can just report that the election is happening, but you can't really talk about any of the issues within France tomorrow and Sunday. And the campaigning stops today. But it's going to be a big election. Look, Le Pen is not the favourite to win by any stretch, but if she does pull off the impossible, and this is her best chance, she's had 3 goes at the presidency, if she does pull it off on Sunday, it will be enormous, it will be seismic. We're talking an election result of Brexit and Trump proportions, and it would send shockwaves across Europe, not least in the EU, since while Marine Le Pen has rowed back on wanting France to leave the European Union. She's not calling for that anymore, but she is calling for reform within the European Union. Remember, France was a founding member of the European coal community, the forerunner to the EU. So if France were to vote for a candidate that is still anti-EU, that would be huge and would send big shockwaves to Brussels.